or argumentatives. All right, so this is just a guide that I've kind of developed over the years that just helps you like put your brain together for how am I going to write an essay. And I like to start with the body paragraphs, right? So generally, you write an essay, you're like, oh, I have to do my introduction, but the reality is the introduction and the conclusion can kind of wait to the end. The heart of your essay is actually the body paragraphs. Right, so this is just a little strategy guide for, all right, so what am I supposed to put in my body paragraphs, which is basically the heart of your essay. All right. Occasionally you'll have a couple questions to answer, so make sure you're actually paying attention to this. All right. So this is just a little easy guide to remember what belongs in the body of the argumentative. And there's three letters, T, R, and D. So if you remember the T, the R, and the D, it's just a nice, good foundation for what it is that you're supposed to put in your argumentative. All right, so the T, okay, is standing for transitions. Right, so we've gone over transitions in the narrative. Right, so it's a word that signals the relationship between ideas. Transition should be used to begin the paragraph and they organize your writing. Right, so you can use transitions in other parts, but if you're going to be writing a argumentative essay, the transition is going to be the first thing that you see. Okay. So here's some examples of transitions. Okay, so the word another, first of all, also in addition, for example, as you can see, as well as in conclusion, to begin with, to sum up, etc. All right, so I think you guys can uh, underline it, right? Let's see if that works or not. Yeah. So if you look at the bottom there, what I want you to do is, I didn't tell you, but I want you guys to circle the words there that you think should be used in the first paragraph of the body, and then underline the ones that you would use in the last body paragraph. Right, so sometimes kids make the mistake, oh, I can just use any transition anywhere. That's not the case. So circle the ones that you think should be used in the first body paragraph, and then underline the ones that you think should be used in your last body paragraph. Circling and underlining. So which ones should be the first? Which ones should be the last? All right, think about what words are being used there. And I didn't include the middle body paragraph, so obviously there should be words there that should probably be used for your middle body paragraph. Circle, underline. First, and then the last. You should be circling and underlining. You're supposed to circle things as well, not just underline things. Some of you didn't circle anything. Yeah, some of you guys are circling things that should be underlined, underlining things that should be circled. All right. You should only have two things circled. And then I would say that there's either two or three things that you should have underlined, depending on what.
Yeah, Mr. Mines, it looks like there's three things circled, but for example, I tried circling it, but they were like separate, so I had to put them in like two circles for the words.
So you should have, again, two things circled and arguably 3 things underlined. I'd probably say 2 is probably correct, but if you have 3, I'm not going to get angry. Alright, so maybe there's like another, I don't know, 30 seconds to finish that before I go over it. I'm still missing some people. Not logged in. How many people is that? It's just one kid. What is the one kid? Mr. Ivy. Where are you, Mr. Ivy? Actually, make sure you're signed in, guys. Again, the code is in the chat. So it's beerpod.com.
Is that for everyone, Mister?
Yes, everyone should be signed into that. Make sure you're signed into that, buddy. So click on that, nearpod.com, and then put the code. It'll send you here. Sometimes it takes a little while to load up, but you should be here already. All right, so let me see the one that's probably the closest. Actually, this one. All right, so if you look at this one, you guys can see that now, right? So these are basically the ones that fall into the category. So first of all, would be used for an intro. To
I
begin
don't
with,
see
would be used for an intro.
Mister, I don't see the thing on your pod.
What's that?
I don't see it.
I don't see it.
You don't see what?
The one that you were showing on your
Don't
pod.
they
Is it not
supposedly
showing?
show? No, it's not.
All right, let me see something. Let me try that again. It's not showing it yet. Is it showing or no? I can't tell on my screen.
No, I don't see it.
You see it now? That's weird. I don't know why I did that. All right, so this is
No, I don't see it still.
you still don't. Could be just delay going on.
Yeah, I don't
So
see it.
I'm gonna go over it. So you can just hear my words. For whatever reason, it's not sharing on your screen. Cepeda, do you see it on your screen? I'm just curious how many kids can see it and can't see it. Do you see it, Diana? Can you hear me? I feel like nobody can hear me.
I can hear you.
All right. So
I
do
can
you
hear
see
you.
that? Do you see the example being shown on your screen or no?
Where in your pod?
Yeah, in your pod, is it showing an example?
No, I don't. It's like frozen.
Yeah, it's weird. All right. So I'm gonna just tell you what should be circled because I can't present it. It should be presenting it, but it's not. Actually, let me just. Um, yeah, that's what it is. All right, so this will probably do it. It's because that kid wasn't finished yet. That's why I wasn't sharing it. All right, so I'll show you this one. So this one will show it. All right, so you should see that one now, right? It's presenting.
Yeah, I see it now.
All right, so this person only finished half of it. So they have the in conclusion, which is correct. What should they have circled?
Wait, Mister, that shows that that's underlined. Isn't it supposed to be circled?
Actually, did they invert it? Let me see. No, that should have been underlined. What should they have circled, or they didn't circle something? What's the two things they should have circled?
Probably in addition.
Nope, not in addition. So the things that should have been circled are the things that they would use for the first paragraph. So if I'm going to start off my paragraph,
Another.
so I should have to begin with, and what's the other one I should start with? What's the other one? Which other set of words tells me that I'm starting something? So it should be first of all and to begin with. That would have been right. So if I circled first of all to begin with, and then underline in conclusion to sum up. That's the way you should have had it. Okay. All right. Moving on. All right. So again, first thing that's in my introduction, in my body paragraph, is my transition. The second thing, which is actually connected to it, is the reason. Okay. So we've been going through articles looking for reasons for why people feel competitive sports is good or bad. So I would start off with a transition, then I would have my reason. Okay. Now, if this is the topic of an essay, right? Should there be stronger gun laws? This is what a transition and reason would look like put together, right? So I would say, first of all, and then one reason that I am against ending gun control is that gang members will be able to own machine guns, right? Your transition and your reason should be one sentence. Okay, they're together. Now notice that there's a comma after the transition. Okay, so you always have to put a comma there. All right. All right. So first of all, one reason that I am against gun control is that citizens of the country have the right to protect themselves. Right. So notice that this would be the intro paragraph, intro body. So if my first body paragraph, I have my transition, then I have my reason. And again, it doesn't matter which side of the argument you're on, you can do it for either side. All right. Now, I want you guys to practice. So think of the issue of gun control. I don't know how you guys feel about gun control. Basically, just like people being able to own guns. So what I want you to do is just show me that you understand how to put a transition and one reason together in a sentence. So I don't care which side of the argument you're on. Come up with one reason for why you feel people should be able to um, own guns without restrictions, or one reason that you feel that people should have restrictions on owning a gun. So transition, comma, reason. It should be one sentence. And again, it doesn't matter which side you are on the debate. You should be able to do this for either side.
Mister, I can't write.
Nope. It's odd. Let me try refreshing it and see if that does anything.
It said collaborators waiting for teacher to.
Yeah, sometimes it does that. It, it just does the wackiness. Is it working now? Yeah, sometimes it's just wacky. I don't know. Whenever I do the collaboration boards, this is when it does that. I don't know why that's the
It's
one.
not working.
It's working now for me because I can see people writing. Who is this person?
Me, Elijah.
Uh, Mr. Diaz, you're missing something, so I'm accepting that. Fix it.
Huh?
You're missing something. That's it.
What are you saying?
You were missing something. Follow the directions, Mister. Write your own example. It should be a transition and a reason. It should be one sentence. Have a
I
comma
just read it.
after the transition. Make sure you are doing this correctly. You're missing something, Diana.
What?
You're missing something. Why Why does it keep doing that to me? Something was missing. Read the directions. Still missing a bunch of people. Make sure you are doing this. Transition. Reason. I've only got 3 people so far. There should be a lot more than 3 people. What's this? Why does it keep doing that? This is really starting to irritate me. Ramy and Karen, you're missing something from there.
Mister, mine is still pending approval.
Yeah, this is because I was reading it. Make sure you fix it. What's missing from there? Alright, so if you look at the board, notice that some of these are missing transitions. Notice that some of these are not one sentence. It should be one sentence. It should be a transition in the front. Make sure you have a comma after the transition, guys. Some of you guys forgot to put the comma. Alright, so it seems like you're starting to pick up on it, right? So you should have a transition followed by your reason. That's how you do it. Okay? Alright. Give you like another 30 seconds. Those of you guys who didn't get the chance to do it. Alright, moving on. Alright, so this is just another example. Alright, so this is just the topic of should chewing gum be allowed in school? Right? So an example of what it would look like to begin with, I feel that gum has the ability to allow children to concentrate. That would be my reason in my transition. Second example, also I believe that gum chewing is damaging to the health of young children. Right? So this would be the second body paragraph. All right, so the last part, which is probably the most important part of your essay, is the D, which is the details. Right? So this is the bulk of what a body paragraph has. Okay? Now, the details, the more specific, that means the more exact you can be, the better your paragraph. Again, you have to find evidence that supports whatever your reason is. This is basically what makes the heart of your essay. Now, probably the most important thing, which you guys make mistakes on, is you should only have one reason per body paragraph. If it's a different reason, it should be in the paragraph. Okay? That's the most important thing you need to kind of put in your heads. All right, let's see if you were paying attention. Put this together. What? Still don't have any answers yet. Did you guys forget already? You got two right, Fernando.
What, mister?
I said you got two correct. Xavier, you got them all correct. Good job, buddy.
I got how many correct? I can barely hear you.
Two.
Jeremy, lower your class.
Two out of three. Fernando.
What'd you say, mister?
Two of them are correct out of three.
Okay.
We're going to go over it in a second. If you're answering this, guys, I don't know if your computer's freezing. Step out, I did. Sure you are answering the question. Is it lagging like crazy, guys, or what? Or is it people just don't know the answer?
Yeah, mister, it still shows for me the thingy, the teacher input. So I can't really do anything.
Yeah, it should be allowing you to go on. Let me try refreshing it. Maybe that's what's blocking some of you. Sometimes the refresh will let it do stuff. I don't know why it does it. Alright, so I refreshed it. Maybe that helps you out. Did that change anything, Elijah? Or no?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I don't know why it does that. Sometimes it does that. So hopefully it helped you out a little bit. Good slide back in. It's JD. Ariani. Are you able to log in or no? Or Jose or Sierra or Jonathan or Crystal? Let me try refreshing again. Can you hear my voice? Can you guys hear me or no?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
Alright, so I got one more person who answered. But I can't tell why you guys could get in there. Yeah, so Karen, you forgot to do the last one, but you got the first two correct. Alright, so just because of time, I gotta keep moving on because otherwise we'll never get through this. So hopefully you can see this one, which is basically the correct answer. It's not spelled perfectly correct, but that's the right ones. We have transitions, followed by reasons, followed by details. Okay. All right. Moving on. So this is when everything is completely done and put together. This is what it looks like. All right. Okay. Should there be a tax on sugary drinks? So if this was the topic of the essay, this would be the last body paragraph. So lastly is my transition. I believe taxing soda will just cause other drink prices to go up. That's my reason. And then everything else here is going to be details, and all these details have to support this idea of drink prices going up. My details here should not be about anything else but drink prices. So it says if they raise the price of soda, people start drinking other drinks. Soft drink companies aren't foolish; they'll realize people will stop drinking sugar drinks and will raise the price of other drinks. You want to pay $2 for water? Give me a break. Okay, so this is all details that supports this idea of this. Now, what I want you guys to do is circle the reason on this one. Circle the reason if it's working in front of you. Is it working on your screen, Michael, or no? Circle the reason.
Wait, mister, what do we have to do in the next question?
Yes, so circle the line.
Wait, what did you say, Mister?
Circle the reason. Hopefully it's working on your screens. It seems like it's working on some of your screens at least. Circle the reason. This should be almost an incomplete sentence. Circle the reason. There should be a transition in your sentence. There should be a reason in your sentence. There should be not your sentence in your paragraph and the details. So which part of this is the reason? It should be one, like almost a sentence long. Good job, Santiago. Isidro. Bueno. Circle the reason. Where is the horizon? Some of you guys are not looking in the right place. Yeah, I said you should be circling the reason, and a lot of you guys are not looking in the right place. Elijah did though, and Mr. Isidro did as well. The rest of you, not so much. You guys are all circling details. No bueno. All right, so which sentence should have your reason? Elijah, I know you know. Elijah, what sentence should have your reason?
The sentence is. Wait, can I? Okay. I believe that taxing soda will just cause other drinks to go up.
Yeah, which sentence is that, Elijah?
The first
The
sentence.
first sentence. Your first sentence should start with a transition, which in this case is lastly, and it should have your reason. All right, one more thing to do on the next one. I want you to underline everything in this paragraph that is a detail. Underline everything in this paragraph that is a detail.
Mister, it doesn't let me.
Is it working now?
Oh, now it did, but before it didn't let me.
Yeah, sometimes this lag freezing silliness happens. Underline everything that is a detail in this body paragraph. Cepeda, did you dye your hair red or something? It looks reddish still. Maybe it's just the light. Good job, Mr. Almonte. Make sure you are underlining everything that would be considered details in your body paragraph.
I sub-
Make sure you're logged into Nearpod. And then the code is this if you got kicked out. I don't know if you got kicked out.
I submitted the thing. I don't know if you got it because it was lagging a little bit.
Sweet. Yeah. What you should have realized is that everything on that paragraph should be underlined except for what, Ramy? Mr. Monte?
What?
Everything should be underlined in this paragraph except for what, Ramy?
Oh,
What's the answer to that question, Ramy? Everything should be underlined in that paragraph except for what? Can you hear me, Almonte? Jonathan knows as well.
yeah.
What should you have left not underlined? The first sentence. Okay, so again, body paragraphs. Transition, reason. It's one sentence. It's the first sentence. Everything else in your body paragraph is details. Those details support the first sentence. If they don't support the first sentence, they should not be in your body paragraph. All right, so we have about 20 minutes. You guys are either A, continuing to find more details to support your position on competitive sports, or you are writing a body paragraph. I do not care which one of those two things you are doing, as long as you are doing one of them. If,
What are we writing a body paragraph about?
yeah, for competitive sports. So you've been doing the research over the past couple of days. So you have to take a side. How do you feel about competitive sports? So we've been filling out that table with information for and against. If you need to keep working on reasons for why it's good or what reasons why it's bad, you can keep doing that. So you can keep working on that table from yesterday if you didn't finish it, or you are writing your first body paragraph. Does anybody have any questions? I will share this with you guys